This is Michael Green, and this is how we take videos for homes, and this is the training video. And what I'm going to do is take some time to explain the sheet that we have so that we can see exactly what we're going for. So we have a sheet that actually guides us, and this is what our sheet looks like. Just to focus in, it actually has a bunch of little detail, and when we're doing the property video, we'll go through the sheet and actually address every question on there. So the first question on there is, what do the neighbors look like? So in this house, we actually have very nice neighbors, very clean neighborhood. So the answer to that would be great. Everything looks good. Is there any rundown houses? The answer is no. Is there any neighbors hanging around that might affect value? The answer is no. However, we do, the last question, is there any commercial buildings? We also have that, so we'll take a few seconds and go back here and just take a quick look at that so we can identify it and get a better look for it. And I would even suggest that if there's a building like this, that we do a second video where we go and actually take a quick look at the building. And next thing is, in our backyard, we do have a little pole in our backyard. It's kind of a power line, so that definitely affects value. It's something we want to consider when we're doing our walkthrough. After that, we go into the walk around the outside of the house, and we want to take a look like at the roof and just get a good feel for what is the condition. When we're looking at the condition, we're looking at things like, is it flat? Do we see cupping, damage, missing shingles, anything like that? Question after that would be, is there an AC unit? The answer on this house is there's no AC unit. If there was an AC unit, we'd be looking at working condition. Is it rust? Any signs of age? Does it look like the thing's over 10 or 15 years old, or does it look like maybe they just did it recently? If the answer is yes, let's just take a nice video where we show if there's some damage to it. We'll use the video to kind of clearly show what the damage is so we can get a proper estimate without coming to the house. We have another question on there. What does our fence look like? So we don't really have a fence here. Well, actually we do, so let's take a quick look at that. We do have some fence. So we have a fence here that actually is our metal fence that is our neighbors. Not in awful shape, looks pretty good. And we got a nice privacy fence on the other side. However, with this having a street out back like this that's not very high traffic, we'll probably do a privacy fence around here to block some of the negative stuff that we're looking at. So that means we just have to do two sides. And when we do those two sides, we'll measure for them and just get any detail that's necessary to help with getting estimates before making a buying decision. So quickly, next thing we're going to look at is the condition of the decks. So when we come to this, we have actually steps that are in really poor condition. They're very wobbly when you walk up them. The rest of the deck is got illegal pickets that are kind of big. You wouldn't know that, but generally the pickets need to have about 3 to 4 inches space. Anytime they have more space than that, then kids can fall through them, so they become a safety hazard. The rest of the deck, however, is in decent shape. There's probably some boards that need to be replaced. And then we come down to this part of the deck. It's very hard to see in the video, but the deck actually goes severely downhill in this corner here. And I'm trying to show you on the window, but you can see the bowing in the video right here. So it's pretty bad. There's some structural issues that would need to be fixed, and that's something we want to take a quick note of for sure. Next thing, we want to take a look at the condition of the siding, or actually this is brick, so all in excellent condition. Really looks nice. It's actually a good selling point for the house. And there's just one more. And then we want to also take a look at the gutters. We have very good gutters around the house, so just taking a look at those, I didn't see any damage. If so, we would actually take some pictures. We're taking also a video of the windows, and if we're going to do the windows, essentially what we want to do is just kind of see that these are decent vinyl windows. This one happens to be broke, but we'll just replace that one. But the others are vinyl windows. But what we're seeing is there's vinyl windows on the first floor, but we actually have wood windows on the second floor. So we got a count of about 8 windows that need to be replaced, and the rest of them we can do some repairs. But they're in good shape. So now we're going to actually go inside and do a walk of the first floor in basically a suggested layout. So something we care about when we walk in is just how does the layout flow. We do have a really nice flow in here. We have a really big kitchen. It's about 9 by 10 or 10 by 10, and it also has an eat-in dining room, which makes the kitchen seem even bigger. We're going to remove this one wall right here, and then we go into the living room. It's about 14 by 17, so it's very big and decent shape. We're also going to address the kind of wall we have. So I'm feeling this right here. You really can't see it on the video, but this is sheetrock for sure. It has a smoothness. The walls, the ceilings are all in very good shape. I mean, they could use a little bit of touch up, but in very good shape. We also have really nice trim that looks good. We have doors that I would suggest to be replaced, but the trim can stay and we can just replace the door only, which is very affordable. We come down, we have a bedroom right here, which is a nice big bedroom with closets, doesn't need much to it. We have a bathroom over here that it looks like it's in pretty good shape, but probably just for resale, we'll probably gut this out and just make it and reframe it the way it needs to be done, but not in bad shape. Coming into here, we also have a second bedroom on this floor. And again, it's in good shape. It really needs nothing other than paint, carpet, and a window, and we're in good shape. We got everything we need. Through the house, we do have, for the heating system, we do have baseboard heat with no AC. So obviously that's something that we want to address, that will need ducts and a furnace for the big house. And the house is pretty big size, so we need to upgrade it furnace for that. We're going to walk outside. One thing this house also has is you have to go around to the side. It has a second floor apartment. So we want to note that it has a second floor apartment, and that we'll have to bust the wall out and turn it back into 1 unit versus 2. Not a big charge for this house, but you can see the steps going up to it where they made it a second floor apartment. Good news is front door was in good shape, side door was in good shape. Coming into this apartment, we have the same thing, sheetrock, all that looks very nice. You know, the carpet obviously will replace. It smells really bad in here, something to note, but just probably from general dirtiness. The layout of the second floor actually has a master bedroom that has very nice size to it, with ceilings that we'll have to sheetrock over, but the rest is plaster, I mean not plaster, but sheetrock, and it looks nice. We have a master bath that we will gut out and redo. Essentially we'll get a little detail, not much staying here, so we don't need a lot of detail. We do have good sheetrock on the walls where we're not tearing the tile out. Bedrooms have these sloped ceilings, but they're at least 8 foot high, so it feels very big in here. It doesn't feel low at all. It actually has really good feel to it and very tall. Great. We can actually create a hall right here and then have bedroom 2, where this kitchen is, would be about 10 by 10. Bedroom in there is nice size, about 14 by 15, and this one is about 14 by 14. So we have 3 bedrooms on the second floor, 1 bath. First floor we have 2 bedrooms with 1 bath, and then going into the basement, where we're heading next, we actually should have went first. Now we're taking the long way. Steve, you can go ahead and lock all this up if you're done. Well, I gotta finish the video for the basement. So we're heading down to the basement now, just so we can get a good feel for that. We should have seen that before, but we went the wrong way. We're kind of trapped. So heading down to the basement, one of the big things we'll look for when we go to basements is, the first thing we're going to take a look at is how high is the ceiling. So generally what we want to do, and I don't have a tape measure on me, but we want to take a tape measure and measure the ceiling height. This ceiling right now with the drop ceiling is actually sitting at about 7 foot. Without the drop ceiling, I'm assuming this is probably 7.5 foot. It's very tall down here. We have a great basement. Anything that we notice, like that bottom paneling being out, suggests that there's a water problem. So we probably need to waterproof. So we definitely want to just take a close look at that. We'll assume there's going to be some waterproofing going on. We also want to take a look at the electric panel, and we want to do that very close. In houses that don't have lights, what we want to do is take our flashlight and shine it on this so that we can get a really clear view of that right there. That's 100 amp service, so it lets us know that we might be a little bit shy on the power we need for this size of house. We might have to upgrade it. It's questionable right now. We have some sub panels in too that you can see, and you know, we just would take our light and shine it so you can get a really clear view. If someone's not here, we just want to be able to assess what it is, maybe even show it to the electrician. He could give us some feedback without coming to the house. We come in here and we get to see that this is our heating system. Very old, just for baseboard heat. Will be completely getting ripped out, no good. Obviously too old. Nice thing we see here though is you can look at this and you see that this is a newer water heater. It's actually got a pan under it. It's got some paperwork on top. I mean, it's got this tank right here. This is called an expansion tank. When you see that, it actually tells you probably have a little bit newer water heater because you won't see it on the old ones. My guess is this water heater is probably not over a few years old, so we'll definitely be able to keep that and save some money. One of the next things you'll look for is plumbing. So we have, this is our stack coming in. The stack has copper drain line, all looks in pretty good shape. I see some copper pipes going through on the rest of the house. Looks really good, no big deal. Come back through here, we actually have some more space to make a bedroom. We got, it's a little bit dark so you can't see. Let me see if we can get a light on actually. Oh, here we go. So we got an unfinished space that we can easily make a bedroom. The joists, I don't see any kind of damage, but if there was any kind of damage in the wood, you would put the light on it and really take some time to show it to me. We do have some cracks in the foundation. They're minor cracks, but you want to make sure you put the light on any cracks like this and show them to me, and then just give me a good feel for it, because that way I can assess, are these major cracks, minor cracks, you know, what is the deal? Are we going to have to spend a lot of money on them or not? And that's a big thing we always want to look for. So that completes the property inspection. Really all you have to do is, you're doing the video, you really want to walk by and just address every question, make sure that anything you're not sure of, just take better quality video, close up, come from afar, and just give a good feel and explain what you're seeing. And it'll be very helpful to have a video like that, because in general it'll help us just know every detail without having to make multiple trips out. Thanks so much.